and today I'll be taking you through inequalities. I've been seeing your comments on Facebook, but please guys, come on YouTube, please. Okay, I want to give shout outs to a lot of you guys. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for commenting. I really appreciate your comments, and please continue to support me. I really appreciate it. And please don't forget to come to YouTube. Don't just comment and like on Facebook, please. Okay, so my first question reads: illustrate the following inequalities on the number line. And give the integral values of x which satisfy the inequalities. Okay, so we are going to draw the inequality on the number line. Then we find the integrals that satisfy the inequality given. Okay, so for my first question, solution. Solution for x greater than 4. As you can see, it's saying greater. Okay, so if we draw our number line, you just draw the number line which it has to be small, and it also contains the range with which you really want. Okay, you just put a whole number line here. Okay, so for this one I can even start on 1, 2. Let me just show an arrow here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can even 8 to 5 like this. Okay, so what will happen is that for x is greater than 4, we know that we want the greater part. That is 5, 6, 7, 8 going in the greater direction. Okay, but for our sign reads greater than, meaning that we are not going to consider 4. We are going to consider the numbers that are above 4 going upwards. Okay, so to draw this inequality, you are going to say you draw it like this, and you put the direction with which it is going and an arrow. Okay, so you put a circle here. This circle, which is not shaded inside, it represents the greater sign. It represents that it's not equal to the 4, but it's greater than 4. And also the direction, you have to make sure that you put the direction, because if you don't show the direction, you do not show whether it's going upwards or it's going downwards. So you have to focus on the direction and the empty set. Okay, that's it for x is greater than 4. Okay, for the b part, it says x is greater or equal to minus 2. Okay, so for this one I might consider minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. Okay, I can consider it like this. And we know that we are focusing on minus 2. So I'll put my circle on minus 2. Now, we also know that it is equal to, it is less or equal to. What makes you put an empty circle or a shaded circle is this equal sign that will be here, the equal to. So before you even read whether it's going upwards or it's going downwards, you have to focus on whether it's equal to or it's not equal to. Okay, so for this one it's equal to, hence you're going to shade the inside of the circle. Okay, then we say x is less, this is a less than sign, x is less than or equal to minus 2. Okay, so if it says it's less or equal to minus 2, it means it's going this direction. For this is the less than side of x, this is the greater than, whereas this is the less than. So it will look like this. Okay, for my c part, I would say minus 3, it reads minus 3 less than x less than 4. Okay, to draw this, we are just using the same principle again. And here consider your number line to be within the range 3 and 4, minus 3 and 4. So I'm going to say, maybe if I set it minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, you have to consider the range with which you are given, right? You have to consider it when you are drawing your number line, okay? So we now requiring a number from minus 3 to 4. So you just put the circles first before you determine whether it's equal to or it's not. Okay, so you're going to put the circles on minus 3 and also 4. Now we are also told that it's not equal. As you can see, there's not this sign like the equal sign. So since it is just the less than, we let the circles just be empty without being shaded. Okay, so we do not shade these circles for this type of an inequality. Okay, now we have to understand the direction with which it is going. For minus 3, it reads minus 3 is less than x less than 4, meaning that it's within the range minus 3 to 4. So our number line will be drawn like this. Oh, doesn't have a mountain there. Okay. So our number line is, this shows that it's within the range. It's neither going upwards or downwards. It's within the range, okay? So this is what it means. It means we were given a certain range, and okay, that's it. Then for my paper, let me just write this out. This is a very pretty simple topic. D minus 1 less or minus 1 2x minus 3 less than 5. Okay, now for this type of a situation, it's just the same as the other situation, but for now we want to simplify this so that they can be in the simplest form as this one. Okay, so these ones we were working A, B and C, they were in their simplest forms. Okay, they are already in the simplified form, but for this one it's a bit complex because it's not simplified, so we have to simplify it first. So how do we simplify it? Okay, so for this part we are going to say we simplify it bit by bit, like parts by parts. We just don't simplify it like everything at once. Okay, so we're going to say minus 1 less than 2x minus 3. So you're going to take the first part with the first sign. You just take one sign at a time. Which sign do I mean? I mean this one. You take the first sign at a time, okay? So this is the one that you get is equal to. Then for the second part, you're going to take the second sign, only this part, okay? So it's gonna read 2x minus 3 less or equal to 5. You take the second part with the same sign and make sure that it contains just one sign. It has to contain just one sign. Okay, now we simplify. As you can see, these are already there. These ones are now in their simplest forms, but they need to be simplified. Okay. Okay. So for simplifying, we are going to get if I say minus 4, if I have to simplify, it's going to be minus 1 minus, if this one comes here, it's going to be positive 3 less than 2x less than 2x. This is going to be 2. We simplify 2 by 2, 1, 1, 1. So it's going to be 1 less than x. Okay, so we leave it in this form. Now for this part, we are going to say 2x less or equal to, we say 5. Then we move this 3 minus 3. When it changes the sign, when it changes the positions, here it becomes positive 3. We simplify 2x less or equal to 8. We add here, we get 8. We simplify 2, 2. x less or equal to 4. So this is what we get here. Now we join our sum now, okay? So it's gonna be 1 less than x less or equal to 4. Okay, so what did I do there? Okay, so I say 1 less than x. You have to make sure that x is common for the two parts. You shouldn't shift the x to put it here. If you shift the x here, it means you're going to shift it also here. So if I don't touch this side and I don't touch this side, then it means I'm going to have my x at the center. Okay, I think that's the simplest thing. Okay, so it's gonna be 1 less than x, 1 less than x, the first part, the first x. Then also the second part, x less than or equal to 4. I hope you get it. Okay, if you have got any question, please do ask and I'll be there for you, okay? A less than x less than b, stating the values of a and b required. Okay, so for the first part, what we're going to do is to simplify this part, which is in its complex form. Okay, so for solution, okay, solution, and we say x plus 1 less than 6 less than 2x plus 4. We take the first part is equal to x plus 1 less than 6. We take the second part with the second sign, it's going to be 6 less than 2x plus 4. We simplify. So for this part, it's going to be x. We have 6 minus 1. Let's change the sign. Let's change the signs. X less than 5. Okay. Then for this part, we're going to say 6. Here it changes. As it changes size, changes also the sign. Minus 4 less than 2x. We simplify. We get 2 less than 2x over 2 over 2. We simplify here, it's going to be 1 less than x. Okay, so that's what we obtain. Now we put x at the center. Well, let me just shift my board. My board's still here. Okay, you can use this space. Okay, I can use this space. So to attach the two, it's gonna be like 1 less than x less than 5. Okay, so this is gonna be, so for my A it's equals to 1, my B is equals to 5 for this part. Remember that x is the one that should be at the middle. So if you will remember that, it will make your life much more easier. List the value. If x is a prime number, list the values of x which satisfy x greater than 9 and 2x minus 5 less than 39. Okay, so for this part, they would require you to know what is a prime number and also to combine to understand the values that are within the range that you are given. Okay, so for the first part, we are going to simplify this part. We simplify 2x minus 5 less than 39. First solution. We simplify the first part. That's 2x minus 5 less than 39. Okay, so if I simplify this part, it's going to be 2x less than 39 plus 5 is, we change signs, it will change sign again. Okay, so 2x less than 39 plus 5, that would give me like 44, right? 44. If I'm wrong, please go to okay, so 2, 2, 2, 2, less than 22. But now we are required to find the values of x which satisfy x, x greater than 9 and this that we are given. So we are going to attach, like combine our values. For this one of x less than 22, for this one of x less than 9. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to say this is not a less than, this is greater than. This is greater than, guys. Okay, so here we find the common value. So we're going to say take it as 9. Greater than 9, meaning that 9 is less than x less than 22. Okay, what did we do there? Okay, we have to, you actually have to find the sense with the greater than in the smaller than, so that you just don't crave that if you see it like this. For this one, it's saying x is greater than 9, meaning that 9 is less than x. Okay, so that's what I did. I changed the sign, but I also changed I didn't change the meaning of the sum, but I changed the signs. For this one, x is greater than 9, and this is 9 is less than x is just 1 and something. Okay, but x being greater than 9, x is also less than 22 for this part. Okay, so now it requires to list the values that are within this range, and the values also have to be prime numbers. Okay, so prime numbers, these are numbers that can be multiplied, that can have 1 in itself if we divide. Yeah, if we divide them, okay, they just have 1 in itself. So for 9 to 22 we have x, the values will be 11, we have 11, we have 13, these are prime numbers, we have 17, we also have 19, 20, 21, 22. So we just have 4 values which are prime numbers and also within the range x less than 9 less than x less than 22. Okay, and I just didn't want to pass through fractions, but we actually did fractions. But now fractions in inequalities, we have to simplify the fractions first, then we simplify your inequality. For example, if we are given 2, 1 minus 1 over 2 greater than 1 is 5 over 1. Simplify the fraction, remove fractions first, that will be you multiply here by so to simplify here, I'm going to say so it's like here goes here goes here. And you simplify, and when it's on this part, then I know you guys you know what to do. Okay, so I won't go into it. Okay, so before drawing the graph also of the inequality, there are just some points that I need you to understand. Remember, for drawing an equality, for showing like drawing an inequality on a graph, we have to highlight the regions that are greater and the regions that are less than. Okay, so you also have to highlight the greater sign, the greater or equal to, even for the vice versa, the lesser sign and the less than, the less or equal to, you have to highlight them. And for greater and less than, we have broken lines that we use. And for what are these? For greater or equal to and less or equal to, we have solid lines on the graphs. Okay, so that being said, I have to also add that that being said, we are going to go into our sum. Okay, so solution. So first, as always, if there is an equation, if there is an inequality that needs to be solved, we simplify it first before using it. Okay, so the first one is 4x plus 3y less than 12. I'm very aware that I began with quite a complex one. We have used a smaller sum going up, but you can check that for yourselves, guys. So I'll just work this one out, and if you have got any queries, then you can highlight them. Okay, then for not a research, like for the first part, it says it reads 4x plus 3y less than 12. But for the rule for this part is y is made the subject of the inequality in order to determine the region required. So you need to make y the subject of the inequality first. Okay, so we are going to do that rule first. So here it's going to be 3y less than 12 minus 4x. Simplify. Here is going to be 3 by 3. So here we're going to get 3y is less than, if we simplify it, it's going to be like 4 minus 4 over 3x. Okay, so this is the first part. The second part is already simplified. We have y less than, let me just show it here, y less than 0. The other part is x less than 0. For now we want to draw the graph, okay? So put your axis. You guys will be using graph papers so that will really make your life easier than me who's drawing on board. Okay, so I will just start with the simple ones. For x is greater than 0, x being greater than 0, this is our x-axis. We know that, right? We have to highlight the x-axis. This is the y-axis. So in that direction. Then our first question reads x is greater or equal to y. So this is our x-axis, okay? So if x is greater or is greater than 0, we know that we do not require the greater part. It's greater, we require the greater part. So we are going to remove. So here we are going to put our broken line. But since it is in our line here, it won't be really visible. But this is the broken greater line, and we cancel out the part that we do not want, like this. So this inequality represents that x, this is the x-axis, and here it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and minus 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and we have to make sure that it's like x is greater than 0. So we just need the part that's greater than 0, and we do not require the part that is less than 0. So that's it for the first part here. Okay, for my second, I could have used the plate so that you focus on this series of the broken line. Now for the second part is x is greater or equal to 0. Now y is greater or equal to 0. For y, you consider this line, this axis, okay? Now for this axis, we know that this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 part, and this is the minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and they have said that they do not require the minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The minus part is not required. We just want the part that is above 0. So this is the part that we want that is above 0. So we cancel out the part that's not required. So we draw our line, and now since it's greater or equal to, they require a solid line for this one, which is solid line here. Okay, now we are on our third sum. This sum reads y is less than 4 minus 4 over 3x. Okay, so we substitute first 0. We rewrite it as y is equal to, now y is equal to 4 minus 4 over 3x. Then we substitute for first part. You'll be substituting with 0. Don't even think, bother yourself thinking of factors. So if we say x is equal to 0, what would be our y? If we substitute 0 here, if we multiply here, so our y would be 4. The same we would do for the other part. For just simplifying for this part, this is the first part, right? This is at the first points that we require, and for the second part, I'm going to say if y is equal to 0, what will be our x? So if we simplify here, we say 0 is equal to 4 minus 4 over 3x. Right? Here, 0 is equal to 4. If we simplify here, and 4 ends up at this sign. Okay, it is now down. It's not of this. Okay, allow me to rub off this. Okay? I'm saying if we are given 1 is equal to 0, right? We would come and substitute in our unit. So it's going to be 0 is equal to 4 minus 4 over 3x. Then we simplify, this is going to be 4 over 3x is equal to 4. I moved the negative sign here. We multiply both sides by 3. Multiply both sides by 3. 3 not equals to multiply. Okay? So we obtain 4x here, and 4x is equals to 12. We simplify 4. Here we're gonna get x is equal to 4, 1, 4. So our coordinates for the second part is gonna be 4 and 0. 1 is the second part was 0 and 4. Okay. So that's it. If I made a miscalculation, please note that and be able to draw it well, but for now I'm going to use the values that are obtained. So this is how we do this. So now we draw the values. Oh, I've just wiped that off here. Okay, it was a good at the sun, right? It was like y is less than 12 minus 4x. Here we simplify it to 4 over 3x. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now since we know it's a broken line that is needed, you see, and just a less than, we jot down our points for 4, 0. Our x-axis, remember this is the x value, and this is the y value. So here we put, remember that you would have put your coordinates, your number line like 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 4. Okay, so I'm going to say 4, 0. For the first part is going to be 4, 0. Our x-axis is 4, our y-axis is 0. For the second part is going to be x-axis is 0, y-axis is 4. since they require dots, we're going to put our dots as something of the sort. Now they are saying y is less than. So if it's y is less than, just look here. This will make your life more simple. Y is less than, this will be like 4, 3, 2, 1. For y is greater than, it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. So we do not require the greater part, we just require the less than part. So this is the part that they do want. Okay, so since this is the part they do not want, we remain with this region. Okay? So this is the region that solves the simultaneous equation. Okay, but remember that as you draw the graph, you also have to label your lines. I wasn't labeling, so for this one it's gonna be y is equal to y is greater than 4 minus 4 over 3x. This one was y is greater or equal to 0. For this one, it is going to be x, which is for this one is going to be x is greater than 0. Okay, so that's it for solving equations, solving inequalities with graphs. Thank you.